A short update on the energies. April 15, 2014. I wasn't expecting a new message today, but when I sat down to watch the live streaming of the lunar eclipse, this came through. As you are all aware of it now, what happens in the sky is an integral part of what is going on within your body. For your body does not constitute your limits in any way, far from it. Your body constitutes the receptor that enables you to connect ever deeper to everything that is around you. At first, what you perceive will be what is transmitted to the inside of your body through the five senses, but bit by bit, you will realize that the information you can pick up in this manner is merely a small ripple on the surface of all there is. For now, as you have all become more adept at tuning into the real message that lies behind so much of these at times deliberately misleading snippets of information that you are being served through your eyes and your ears from numerous sources acting on behalf of diverse less beneficial masters, you will understand that in order for you to get the real picture, you need to turn away from whatever is served you on a daily basis in your mass media. So that is why we say go within, for that is where the real story is unfolding. And we do mean that in every sense of the word. For within is where you will find all the answers, all of the news and current updates you could ever wish for. But remember, most of the sources for these news lies outside the boundaries that constitutes your physical vehicle, and now, what we would like to delve a little bit further into, is how these galactic news enter your vehicle in the first place. There is no secret that there is a correlation between what is going on literally above your heads and what is going on within your own bodies. For you are intrinsically linked to the energetic streams that comes flowing in towards this planet. Some of this information, in fact, quite a large proportion these days, comes from your friendly neighbor, your sun, and even if your scientists are already monitoring her closely and trying to keep up with her seemingly capricious emissions of diverse energetic particles, they themselves have little or no knowledge of the real source of information that this brilliant celestial body really is. For the sun acts as a portal for other, more far-flung forces, and even if the sun herself is capable of producing much of the highly charged particles coming your way, she also acts as a form of transformer, much like what we have told you that you do. In other words, she is not only a transmitter, she is also a receiver of signals coming from another source, deep into space. In fact, it is a source that lies hidden behind the veil, to use an expression you are all familiar with by now. For the sun not only represents the dimension that you are currently cohabiting within, she is also a go-between, between your side of the veil and the other side, the multifaceted one, the time and space continuum that some of your scientists like to refer to as the multiverse. Yes, for the sun is one of those peepholes or portals that encompasses the totality of all there is, and as such, every time you gaze towards this shining orb in the sky, you are also gazing towards an opening between here and everywhere, a partition that also acts as a portal, a divider that also acts as a connector. In other words, you are constantly in contact with all of creation by way of this energetic peephole, and through this peephole comes a steady stream of information that is helping you to step closer to the door of multidimensionality yourself. That is, it is helping your awareness to awaken to the fact that you are already truly a multidimensional being, capable of tuning into so much more information than what your human senses and indeed your human mind has led you to believe for such a long time. And now, that aperture in the sky has been opened just that much wider, and it is letting through an ever-increasing stream of these information capsules masquerading as light into the very core of your being. And every time your physical body encounters one of these numerous infinitesimally small supercharged particles, it reacts in a very specific way, for your body is already set to receive these good news coming in at an ever-increasing rate. And even if you yourself have little or no conscious interaction with all of these particles, still they play a huge role in your daily lives as you are all literally walking, talking receptors for these intergalactic messengers. You are keeping up a non-stop conversation with them in the form of energetic repatterning within. You see, all of your cells are currently busy taking in and taking on all of this information in all sorts of ways. And even if you think that you are only suffering from a kind of mild flu, some erratic soreness of muscles or slightly annoying pain in your bones. You are in fact listening in on the small part of the static being created by this ongoing, super intense conversation between the individual cells in your body and all of these incoming signals to act. For all of these intergalactic messengers carry the same message: time to get going, and they cause such a flurry of activity within you, no wonder you feel a little out of sorts now and then. Remember, your body has been designed to withstand this huge relocation of energy, for that is what this is all about, for as all of this information enters your body, it does so in the form of energetically charged particles, and these particles are then charging up your entire body, bit by bit, cell by single cell, and this in turn is what is raising your frequency. For light equals information equals frequency, as we shared in the previous message, and so, you are all being retuned into these brand new frequencies by the interaction between your own living cells and this huge orchestra of incoming celestial music, in the form of energetic discharges coming your way by the help from the sun. So this is indeed an ongoing process, and even if some of the static it produces can at times seem to be a little bit overwhelming, we again ask you all to go within the better to discern the good news that all of these small friendly visitors bring with them. For they bring a constant source of reassurance and affirmation from Source, and as such, you are already connected to a never-ending source of beneficial energy that will sustain you every step of your way. You are still very much in the process of retuning, and even if this seems to be a never-ending cycle of constant discomfort, trust us when we say that there will come a day in the not-too-distant future when this annoying and at times debilitating sense of static will be a thing of the past. For the clearer the line, the better the reception will be, and so, this whole process is all about opening up all of your lines to the optimal capacity, the better to be able to savor these broadcasts in the best possible way. For the reception will certainly become crystal clear in every sense of the word in the very near future, and with that comes a brand new way of being able to really savor the information coming your way. And then, you will also understand far better all of the real workings that lie behind these at times more than fiery displays in the sky. For remember, no thing happens by chance, and every time something extraordinary goes on in the heavens above, it all carries a message to mankind, and we do mean that in a very literal way. For these messages come in all forms, but what they have in common is the nature of them, and that nature is simply energy in the form of diverse versions of light. So again we say, look to the sky, and revel in the displays you will see there, and know that every time something out of the ordinary can be perceived with your still somewhat limited human senses, the actual impact this has on your energetic body is indeed monumental. So too this wondrous display your moon is putting on even as we give you these words. So take heed, and lift your eyes to the sky, the better to savor these incoming fireworks. But make no mistake, the fearmongers will always have their say during an event such as this, and they will try to stoke the fires of fear in any way they can. So all we can say is this: fear not any internal fires these heavily charged energetic displays may set off. They are merely signs of activation, but learn to avoid looking into those outside fires caused by those still set on setting this world's reservoirs of fear afire by violent actions and by ill-omened words. For those fires can easily spread, and they will bring down many an unprepared mind with them. So stay centered and go within. That is the best advice we can give you, and will continue to give you. And when you do remember to go within, you will all hear the good news coming percolating through every sinew, cartilage and bone you possess. For these good news are not limited in any way, they are seeping through every single particle of your being, and so, they should be easy to detect if you allow yourself to listen for their wondrous voice. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com